Hi, I'm Jen from Luna Yoga. I'm going to show us how to go through King Pigeon pose today, how to get into it. So King Pigeon pose is another one of many variations of pigeon, sometimes called mermaid pose as well. It's so lovely to really stretch out the front of your body. It's like a deep shoulder stretch, deep hip stretch, and it's really good for your posture. Since we spend a lot of time sort of rounded forwards on our computers, it really gets everything to open up in the front part of your body. So before you practice this pose, you want to make sure you're nicely warmed up. You've done some hip stretches, you've done some shoulder stretches, your body's nice and warm. From downward facing dog pose is how I like to get into it. I'm going to go ahead and just bring right knee towards the right wrist and heel towards the left hip. And then what you want to do is sort of back up your left leg so you can lower your hips close to the ground. Now, if your hips don't quite get as low as mine are right now, then you would take a block or a cushion and put it underneath this right sit bone to fill up the space and help you, give you some support so you can stay balanced. So you want your hips to stay right in the middle, so not falling to one side. If I show you here, you want to make sure you're not falling over on the right side. Got to be right in the center, okay? So, and then the position of this front leg sort of depends on the flexibility in your hip. More advanced would have your front shin more parallel to the front part of your mat, but it's a little bit easier if you bring your heel back and your shin's on more of an angle. So I'm going to show you with my left leg, so I'll be facing you. So I'm going to bring my left knee to my left wrist and my heel towards my right hip. Same thing, I'm going to back up my right leg so I can get my hips nice and close to the ground. So pigeon pose, you want to make sure that, again, hips are centered, and it is a back bend, so you want to make sure you support your lower back by finding a gentle lift in your pelvic floor and lower abdomen, engaging Mula Bandha. You want to lift your heart up, shoulders back. So from here, you would bend your back knee, and first variation, you could just grab onto your ankle. I like to bring my hand to the inside of my ankle so that I have an external rotation in my shoulder. And then this is a really nice variation. You can try lifting your front arm off of the ground, or if you still need the support, keep it there. Eventually lifting it off, and then you can sort of press your right ankle back in towards your hand. So that back one, push it back to help you lift your front arm off the ground. That's a really nice stretch for your shoulder. To go a little bit deeper into what we refer to as mermaid pose, you would bend your knee, back one, and get your toes right in the crease of your elbow. And then bend your right hand towards you, bring your left arm up, and then bend your elbow, so needing those shoulder stretches beforehand, and then link your fingers together. Now you want to take the hair out of your face as well, and then link your fingers together, and there you are, mermaid pose. So make sure you support your mermaid pose by finding that lift in your lower abdomen, making sure your ribs don't pop out completely. When you come out of the pose, you want to make sure you do the same thing on the other side, and then you might want to finish by doing some sort of a forward bend like child's pose, if that's the end of your back bending practice. So thanks so much for joining me. Let me know if you have any questions. Please put them in the comments below, and let me know if there's any other poses you'd like to explore. I'm happy to make another YouTube clip for you. So take care. Thank you.